Well, my recollection of Lenadoon at that time was basically it was Shaw's Road. Most of the Lenadoon was already built. The times were pretty bad at that. Everybody was constrained because of the so-called troubles. People who had never spoken to each other, didn't know each other, were talking to each other about something has to be done about the youth. Now from that, it suddenly magiced itself into people such as the church officials, the headmaster of the school, people like Bertie Buchanan, Tommy Stafford, businessmen, Liam Harrison, the councillor. They suddenly became involved in doing organisations, getting money to get stuff, get the club done. They said we need a club.
What can I say? When I first moved up to Lenadoon at 69, the club was just about started there. It was a great wee hub to go and meet people. You're moving to a new estate. Lenadoon, as you know, was probably mixed.
Yes.
It was mixed up to maybe up as far as Creaslock, the bottom end. There was no football club there. There was nothing mentioned of a football club until one day a guy called Frank McEnhill, I think, put the idea forward to everybody about starting a football club, about the leaders we had then, and the football managers we had then, and the mentors we had then, had the young people of the area front and foremost, and everything they've done, probably keeping people off the streets and looking after everybody. But it was a great wee hub to go to, and the wee Sunday night disco was a wee bonus for us all, you know.
What a place to be in the day when I got working with a disco on the Sunday night.
The Sunday night was a disco night, you know, and probably many a girl was met there and many a wife was met there, you know. I started off with a rules rig. I think it was whatever rig came along, sort of.
We took anything.
That was the start out of the senior team. We didn't have a proper rig at all. We were using the West Ham.
West Ham away,
and
Bowman
then,
away.
What do you call it? But then Tommy Johnson decided the best thing for not having a clash on the greens and the blues and the reds was black and white.
Because he's a black and white. Because he's a
Newcastle
supporter. Newcastle United supporter.
That's a true story. He's a Newcastle fan.
That's right.
The black and white. Something else.
Tommy won.
So
that's the final Irish Youth Cup. We beat the Lenadoon in the final. See if you want to know. The first match we played Linfield at the Woodlands, and we beat Linfield 6-3. Lee Dougherty, it was all Irish League, good side there, and a fella called played for us centre forward. Bobby Elliman scored a hat-trick that day.
Yes.
We got beaten in the final that day at CVS 1980 Youth Cup final. We beat Portadown youth team in their semi-final.
Well, that was a big memory I would have. Probably the best memory was the year we done the double.
Yes.
I think it was because our first trophy, probably our first 2 trophies, and then the movement on from that, and it was maybe being the first team, also being the big lads of Plunkett, to be able to show the way going forward, and then the younger teams all coming behind. I think that's the memory that will stick in my mind.
I think a memory is a memory of being involved with the club, and Mr. Maxwell pinned me against the wall one day. He says, mate, crack a wee save for you. I was an under 12, under 13, so that was the start of my journey. Coaching at the club, it's lasted for a number of years, and it was a wonderful journey, and it's been a pleasure to be with Oliver Plunkett, and just a magic time. Met so many wonderful people and friends, and hopefully I still have it. People and friends, you know. So
the attitude of everybody at Plunkett. I was at it at the beginning, and then when I decided I'd had enough, I just cut it as far as Down and Connor was concerned, and went with the amateur league team for a couple of years and then gave up completely. But it was the fact that these under 12s and under 14s and older people, the amateur league teams, all became friends.
Friendship, camaraderie, and the whole crack.
it's good to see all that.
It's your life.
Guys that you play with, their
Brilliant
sons come back into the club to do coaching time together. So it's one generation produces another.
It's hard to believe it's 50 years.
Trying to get identity of the club then, but then it was withdrawn.
The cutbacks and
The
stuff.
club was withdrawn, which is a horrendous thing to happen then, with no club put in place. So we find ourselves out in the street, with no funding, no club, no base.
No pitch.
No pitch, no nothing, so what, and then that's when Mr. Maxwell comes in, one of his ones, then Jackie, that sort of kept the club, kept the football alive.
That's
When
true.
we were playing at a mollusk,
Whitewell playing
that
fields.
was our home pitches, so
Yeah.
the chances of us having our home ground, home advantage was nil. Now, you know, understand that. I think me and you already played the last game,
The last game, that's
the amateur league game.
Aye.
You know, and I have to say something about Jackie Maxwell. Everybody knows Jackie Maxwell. The respect, but
Yeah,
I'm talking about,
take all this-
respect.
take all this on
Totally
board,
is
right?
the club.
I mean, his home when Ladybrook Andy became the club. You know what I mean?
No-
So that's
no
where he
doubt.
worked from.
No doubt about
You
it.
know,
You know,
can't keep
as I
it
said,
down,
Extra a seaman too.
you know.
I always like him about that.
We, as I said, we played the last amateur league match, and it was sad, you know. But you knew, I mean, you see other players going everywhere else because they had club rooms, they had pitches. You know, we were meeting twice a week, and then getting on a Saturday morning going to play a match. So it was sad, but fair play to Jackie.
The standard joke was that they're glad they played that plan because by the time everybody got out of Jackie's car, there's that money in Jackie's
I know,
car.
but
they're all
oh my
cramped.
God.
They're all cramped, you know what I mean? So it was good to play that
Desperate.
plan, because they were.
But then he, as I said,
the game started.
we played with him.
He can
And
play.
then he was player manager.
I player manager. Remember he's the player.
Absolutely.
Oh, gee,
Great
it's
man, I have to say it. I mean, probably without Jackie,
Oh yeah, that's
not meeting here now. Well, I would say, as I think I said earlier on, Plunkett, I think, has went from absolute strength to strength. I was out there Saturday week last. They were playing the first round of the Irish Cup. I mean, this is the way things are going there for Plunkett. 50 years time, God knows where they could be. Players, the mentors, managers
We've got a
have
base.
got the chance now, and
They've got a base and they've got these guys.
They've
They've got the
everything
drive.
going.
They've got the drive to bring it.
and they've got the support of the community behind them,
Yeah.
He did very successful the last few years.
which is
too,
the
like.
big
It
thing.
could be, you know, it's fantastic.
But Marty McLaughlin must have big Scotty. That fella's done a lot for Plunkett too.
Yeah.
Marty. over the
Yeah,
last-
I've heard him.
last few years.
I didn't know him well, but my
Aye.
brother Raymond knows him very well,
Aye.
and he kept telling me how well he was doing things.
Why wish them good luck, you know, and they're doing a great job, like there's no doubt about it. Every time I get the Sunday paper, I'm looking to see, you know, the Plunkett results or what, or text or what, on the 50p a week, wouldn't you look for 50p now, would you, for pay a pitch, would
For the
you?
next 50 years.
Eh?
What's that?
Everything's looking good for the next 50 years. Why we be here now 50
So
years?
50p wouldn't last you,
I'm
you know,
still
not
here
like
till
we're
we're
to pay for a pitch now.
Call me, will you?
Okay, listen, thanks, Pat.
The beautiful game changed the life of unsung hero Jackie Maxwell at Oliver Plunkett FC. He used the sport to get through one of the hardest times in his life.
My two children were killed at the end of 1970. An accident, car accident. Your mind's in a turmoil when you've lost someone in the family, and that's where I was lost. My wife then pushed me more to give to Oliver Plunkett.
When you bring it up alongside it, make sure it's firm, so that you're going to drive.
What I get out of it is unbelievable for what I put into it. The change in children's enormous, like. They've got more freedom, more say. If you get them early and plant the seed, football will become their God. If you're giving them a sport, you can guarantee you can get them to do any mortal thing. We produced an awful lot of good ones, good lads, got a living out of it. We had Magilton, we had Philip Mulrain, Paul McVeigh went from us to Tottenham. First class lads, like. They have to have more than just the football, they have to have attitude. Plenty of good ones, but you have to be special, mentally special.
Put effort into that.
If a lad is keen in sport and he's useless at it, but he loves it, he's getting far, far greater out of it than the fella that's fantastic at it. If I see a child walking down the street and he's still playing and he never was a footballer, never be a footballer, but I see him still trying and see him talking about it and he talks to me all about it. What that does to me on the inside, nobody can understand.